Our story is about Heron, a poor village boy who lives on the outskirts of the village with his mother Electra. They find it hard to get along with other villagers. The only friend they have is old man Elias, and because he doesn't have a father, he's considered a bastard and his mother a whore. He mines ore on a daily basis to get by even though he's paid little to nothing. Up in the hills, Alexia and her men were chasing after two demons who were heading towards the village. She went down to the village and warned them to get inside and keep an eye out. While fetching water, Heron was attacked by a demon which he fought off with Alexia's help. But the demon somehow managed to escape. Alexia and her men searched relentlessly until it was found disguised as a human. Alexia publicly exposed its true nature and executed it in front of all the villagers. Back at home, Elias told Heron the story about the battle that took place between the gods and the giants. He went on to mention that the demon race started because humans consumed the flesh of a dead giant. It corrupted their minds and turned them evil. The next morning, Alexia asked Heron to join her after witnessing his capability. But he told her the villagers has forsaken him and his mother, so he will not fight for them. Some villagers accused Electra of being a demon and stated that ever since her arrival, thick clouds loomed over the village and hasn't left. Heron tried to fight them off, but Electra stopped them and burned herself with the rod to prove she's human. Alexia saw this and understood Heron's decision. Elias told Heron to climb the mountain and find the adamantine ore so he can make him a special sword for the war that's coming. While watching from afar, Ares showed up, and it turns out that Elias was actually Zeus all along. Dreams can be delivered three ways: Phopter, which are nightmares; Phantasos, which are illusions; or Morpheus, which are visions. Heron had a dream that his mother was a queen. When he asked his mother about it, she told him the truth. She told him she was married to a tyrant king and Zeus would take his form and visit her and treat her very kindly, but by the time she found out, it was already too late and she was pregnant with him. Hera then found out about them and visited the king in his dreams to warn him about her infidelity, and that she will give birth to twins. When he was born, the king tried to kill him, but Zeus came and saved him. She ended up killing the king. Zeus took them away and hid them in the village and covered them with clouds so Hera couldn't find them. Heron got angry at the fact that Zeus didn't try to help them. He then found out that Zeus was actually the old man all along. He went to confront him, but he was nowhere to be found. He found the sword that he made to toss it away out of anger. The sword ended up forging into a rock. Alexia and her men were surrounded by demons. They killed her men, but she managed to escape. They sent the three-headed hound to go searching for her. She was heading back to the village. On her way, she saw Heron. She warned him that the demons were on their way. Together they fought against the three-headed hound. They escaped and headed towards the village to warn the villagers to evacuate. On arriving, he told her to go on ahead and went to look for his mother. While doing so, the demon lord Seraphim tried to kill him, but Zeus gave him instructions how to evade the attacks telepathically. Alexia escaped into the woods and Zeus hid her under rose bushes. After seeing this, Hera leads Seraphim directly to Electra, but all the other gods confronted Zeus before he could do anything. Heron found them, but he was overpowered by Seraphim. He watched as she died before the demons took him away. When Alexia went back to search for Heron, Zeus in the form of Elias told her he was taken away by the demons. Hermes took Electra's soul to the afterlife. Before crossing, she requested to see Heron one last time. Seraphim was chasing Alexia. She dodged his attack but ended up falling in a river. Seraphim found her hiding in a cave behind the waterfall. It turned to be Hera disguised as Alexia. She forced him to surrender and kneel to her. Hera told him the truth about his past and that he was the son of the tyrant king Periander. After his father's death, his uncle Acrisius tried to assassinate him so that he could take the throne for himself. But a loyal servant of the crown found him and escaped. His uncle found out he was alive, and the men that killed his thought-to-be mother were actually his sons. Alexia brought the map she took from the demon to her mentor Chiron the Wise in an effort to decipher it. The demons anticipated this, and Chiron had to betray Alexia to protect his people, but before handing her over, he covered the map in mud. Heron is now seen on one of Seraphim's slave ships. There he meets Kofi the gladiator and Avios the thief. There they teamed up and managed to free themselves and the others. Then fought the demons. They took over the ship and sailed it, crashing it into the other. Alexia was ashore and saw what they did. Meanwhile, Hera told Seraphim to go and retrieve the sword that Zeus made for Heron. The sword is capable to cut through anything with ease. Seraphim returns with the sword and faced Heron. This angered Zeus, causing him to intervene. All the gods noticed and stared in disappointment. Zeus told Avios and Kofi to accompany Alexia to Maladon and to find the giant remains and destroy it. He then brought Heron to Mount Olympus to train him in combat and to control his anger, stating that he's the key to the war. During his training, the Fates requested to see him. They showed him his life thread and used their foresight for him to see his past and his present. He then saw that his friends were in danger and left to help them. Zeus appeared to Seraphim and made him aware of Hera's manipulation and told him where to find Acrisius. Seraphim made his way to Acrisius and took his vengeance, while Alexia and the others were crossing through the mist. Some of them gave in to its deception and lost their lives. They encountered the gatekeeper to the labyrinth. Avios provoked it, but Heron arrived and killed it. Inside the labyrinth, they noticed the giant remains are missing. They were then surrounded by demons. Seraphim asked Heron to join him and overthrow the gods together as brothers, but Heron rejected. Seraphim then attacked him. They all fought back, but they were outnumbered. They made their escape, but only Heron, Alexia, Kofi, and Avios survived. Hera caught Hermes spying on her. Ares attacked him and she took his soul bracelet, but before Ares could finish him off, Apollo came and distracted his so Hermes could escape. Ares then beat Apollo half to death and dumped his body into the sea. Meanwhile, Seraphim went and retrieved the cauldron and defeated Thalys with his stolen sword. Hera then took the cauldron and resurrected all the giants. At the same time, Hera cloned herself and disguised as Hermes and tries to assassinate Zeus, but he managed to heal himself with his lightning. Hera made a deal with the giants that if they help to kill Zeus, the sea will be theirs to take back. Poseidon overheard and went back to Mount Olympus to warn them, as they were preparing themselves for the war. Their plan was to simply retrieve the cauldron. The gods began their attack to keep the attention on themselves. After getting in behind the enemy front line, Heron searched the wagons but had no luck. He noticed a flock of birds in the sky. Hera used her birds to keep the cauldron out of sight. He went to retrieve it. While doing so, Seraphim noticed and chased after him. The giants then betrayed Hera, but Zeus sacrificed himself to save her. Heron and Seraphim fought to retrieve the cauldron. He impaled himself so that it went right through Seraphim as well. He then awakened Zeus's lightning and defeated Seraphim with it. Heron then used the cauldron and sealed away the giants. He woke up the next morning in bandages, but he went to the bathhouse to see his friends. This is where this story ends for now. If you like my content, feel free to like the video and leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe so you won't have to miss any new uploads. Thanks for watching.